I'm so excited to film this video just because consistency is something that I've always struggled with like my whole entire life. Guys, when I tell you I've tried so many things, like I've tried Twitch, I've tried Omegle videos, like clipping my time in Omegle or whatever, I don't even know what to call it. I've tried fitness content, right? But I was so inconsistent with everything that it led nowhere. None of these things led anywhere. But this year is the most consistent that I've ever been in my whole life. And I finally figured out why I was being so inconsistent. So I was being inconsistent because I was just so unorganized, right? I had no plan of where I was going. I had no routine. I had none of that, right? So my days would kind of just vary. Like one day would be different from another. One day I went to the gym in the morning. One day I would go to the gym in the afternoon. And I just figured that was like scrambling my brain. It was making me so confused on like what I was doing, what I wasn't doing, what I was being consistent in, what I wasn't being consistent in. So then I finally built a routine. I sat down and I was like, okay, every day at this time, I'm going to go to the gym. Every day at this time, I'm going to sit down and work for 4 hours. Or I already know I'm going to work from 8 to 5. So I will be going to the gym from 6 to 7, 6 to 7:30, whatever it is. You have to be doing the same thing every single day because you're going to get so used to repetition that whenever you don't do something throughout your day, like let's say you're so used to meditating in the morning after you wake up, right? When you're going throughout your day, you're like, wait, something was missing today. What was it? I didn't meditate this morning. That's what it was. And then you're going to start to form that through like everything that you're doing. So let's say one day you don't go to the gym. What feels so weird today? What didn't I do? I didn't go to the gym. Obviously, it's going to be a little difficult when you're first starting off because you're not really going to know what works for you. For example, I was implementing 30-minute nature walks into my day, right? But I already have a structure of like how I want my day to go. Like in the morning, I meditate, I pray, I take cold showers, and I go journal. Like I already have a structure, right? So then I was like, okay, where can I fit this 30-minute walk in? So then I tried after work. So I work in the morning, I sit down, I edit and all of that stuff from 5 to 9, from 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. So then I was like, okay, let me try to take my walk at 9:30. And that just didn't work for me because then I would go to the gym right after and then I would feel so exhausted from my workout. So what I figured that worked for me was my walk after the gym, my 30-minute walk after the gym. That's just what worked for me. And I was so surprised because I was like, I'm not going to be taking my 30-minute walk because I'm going to be so tired after the gym. But surprisingly, it ended up working for me. So you just have to find something that really works for you. Like what time can you fit the gym in? If it's before work or if it's after, what time can you fit working on your business? Is it before work? Is it after work? Like what time works for you? Something that really helped me is I have a whiteboard like right next to my desk. And then I wrote the things that I wanted to add into my day. So for example, I was really bad at journaling. So then I wrote morning journaling was something that I needed to do, right? Something I need to implement in my day. But I put it in order. So I put morning journaling and then I put read 10 pages and then I put evening journaling because those were the things that I was really struggling with. So then adding it to my whiteboard, I was able to look at my whiteboard and be like, okay, I need to make sure that I do those 3 things throughout my day. Because I already had a structure of like how I wanted my day to go. But then if I looked at my whiteboard when I was in the middle of me doing these things, because obviously I'm always going to be in my room. So in the middle of me doing these things, whenever I would look at my whiteboard, I would see, okay, these are the things that I really need to make sure that I'm implementing into my day. Another thing that really helped me was planning my morning a day before. So let's say the night before, you're just like, okay, this is what I'm going to do the next morning. And then you can try it out. Obviously, that's not going to be your set routine because you're still going to try to figure out what works for you. But every single time, if you kind of look at your morning planning that you're doing, right? And you're like, okay, wait, this didn't work the other day, but now I'm going to try this instead. You can kind of see what you already did that didn't work. And you're able to base your routine. You're kind of able to shape your routine the way you want based off of like the days that didn't work and the days that did. I hope that makes sense. As you're building your routine, you're obviously going to have to make some sacrifices. Okay. So no shows, no doom scrolling, no movies, no hanging out with friends, at least for this time. Because when you're in that locked in mode and you hang out with your friends or you start doom scrolling, you start watching shows, it kind of gets you into from that locked in mode to that chill mode where you're kind of like more like, is this even worth it? Do I even want to be consistent? But if you really want this, you will have to make some sacrifices. You're going to have to sacrifice fun. This is really important, especially when you're building your routine, because you're still trying to figure out how you're going to implement certain things into your day. For example, me, I already have my set schedule. So let's say my friend tells me she wants to hang out in the morning for breakfast. I would kind of have to push the gym a little bit down and then push everything in my schedule down. So then that means that I'm going to have to sleep a little later than I usually do. So that means that I'm going to be really tired in the morning. So that means that my work might not be the best. But like, I'm able to do that now, right? I'm able to do that now. But when I was first starting off, when I was first starting to build my routine, it wasn't it. Like I would not be able to do that because it would kind of knock me off of like my momentum. This is going to be temporary though. Like you don't have to sacrifice so many things after you already have a set routine and you already know how you can fit it into your schedule. I found that accountability is super important. So when I was starting to go to the gym, I did this like unconsciously type of thing. I kind of convinced one of my friends to start going with me. So then I was like, so we can keep each other accountable, so we can, keep each other like going. So when I wouldn't want to go to the gym, she would be like, hey, let's go. And then when she wouldn't want to go to the gym, I would be like, bro, what are you doing? Like, why are you being lazy? So we kind of just had each other's backs. And by the way, since we're talking about that, I did just start a community of people that are on self-improvement. So they want to be constantly improving. So if you're someone that's inconsistent or you're kind of just lost and you have a lot of questions, I would recommend you join my community. Link's going to be down below. But anyways, yeah, you want to have people around you who always want you constantly growing. Maybe they've gone through things that you're currently going through and they can help you kind of minimize the time that you spend on that task or that thing that you're trying to get rid of or that vice or whatever. So it would just make things a lot more easier and a lot more enjoyable when you have other people also going through the same path or like just even wanting to be a better version of themselves as well. What really helped me stay consistent is remembering the why. So why do you want to get there? Why do you want those abs? Why do you want to start generating money? So what really helped me was a vision board. Oh my gosh, a vision board was a complete game changer this year for me. I put my small tasks on a board, right? Just a bunch of pictures on a board. And they were small things. So whenever you're completing small tasks instead of huge ones, you're kind of rewarding yourself for every little thing. For example, recently one of my goals was to reach 1,000 subscribers, which I did. I'm so excited that I finally did, but I did. And it kind of like I was at 700 subs, so it wasn't such a big goal. Like I knew it was gonna be done, but it helped me just keep posting. And now that I've hit 1,000 subscribers, obviously my goal is 1,100 subscribers, so I'm so close to it. So then when I reach it, I'm gonna be so happy. It's kind of like more fulfilling when you have these little W's as opposed to like, let's say I'm at 1,000 subs right now, but my goal is 10,000 subs. Like that's just such a big goal. Your brain works a lot better whenever you give yourself little goals. For me, it was social media, but if you're trying to lose weight, like let's say you're trying to lose 50 pounds, right? You're not going to say, I want to lose 50 pounds. You're going to say, I want to lose 2 pounds a week. So then at the end of the week, when you lose those 2 pounds, you're going to be so happy and like so proud of yourself that you're going to want to keep losing 2 pounds every single week. It just keeps you excited. You're like, oh my gosh, I lost 2 pounds this week. I can't wait to lose 2 more pounds next week. Like, I know it's such a slow thing, but it just helps your brain just constantly getting little rewards, okay? Not only did I make a vision board though, but I also wrote down my why, because I'm looking at my vision board and I'm able to visually see my why, but I also want to write it down and make sure that I know why I'm, doing these things, because a vision board is just pictures, but you want to make sure that you're writing down why. So why do you want to have this dream body? Because I want to be more confident, or because this is something that I've always wanted. Whatever it is, write it down. All of these things helped me stay consistent this year, and I hope they help you as well. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you for watching. Bye.